Artut having a bit of an interaction with the crowd before this one.
Yeah, I'm impressed they went for that, because it's usually the German sports fans that like that particular game with their sporting heroes. I remember Jihan and Max Hopp getting a great reaction.
Game on.
But the Dutch fans getting involved with Jihan at the start of this one. He does have the throw in the opening leg, as these two duke it out for a place in round two to face Brendan Dolan. Will it be another Germany versus Northern Ireland clash, or an all Northern Ireland clash? It could, of course, be a game between two World Cup of Darts teammates later this year. Darryl Gurney in pole position to join Brendan in the Northern Irish World Cup of Darts team. Has been Mickey Mansell in previous years.
There is an argument to say that Darryl is the man in form in terms of Northern Irish darts players.
59.
I think it'd be a very strong argument, having...
Okay, Darryl Gurney is the man in form in Northern Irish dart players.
Well, there is no argument. There's just a statement of fact. Following his superb run to the semi-finals of the Players' Championship finals, beating Gary Anderson along the way.
Yep, he's had some fantastic results.
40.
Another one of those select bunch of players who qualified for both of the first European Tour events. Did so for this one, beating Richard Bailey and Stephen Willard, and will also be in Germany for the German Darts Masters as well.
Last Sunday he had a good run at the UK Open qualifiers, beat Simon Whitlock on the way to the last 16 there.
A word on Jihan's qualifying for this as well. He absolutely blazed through qualifying in the European qualifiers. Beat Marius Powell 6-0, Dylan Dio 6-0, and Carl Reisner 6-1. Emphatic.
100.
We don't know if he's going to be at the second European Tour event just yet, because the host nation qualifiers aren't held until the day before the tournament. As Gurney, well, was that?
100.
It wasn't the treble, it was just a long way high. So 104.
That's the first part of the combination. 12 for double 16. And Artut takes the lead with 104 checkout in this opening leg.
Secondly, Darryl to throw first. Game on.
Clinical stuff from Jihan Artut to go into the lead.
So if you include the qualifiers for this tournament, he's now played 20 legs, just dropped 2. Dropped 1, sorry.
Yeah, decent. Decent from Jihan Artut. He is a good player, we know he's a good player.
84.
Twice a World Cup quarter-finalist himself.
Yeah, they beat Austria, didn't they, last year, I believe, he and Max Hopp.
125.
Good win, good team, the Austrians. Mensah obviously had a great year last year, personally.
Yeah, Mensah Suljovic and Roby John Rodriguez, who will meet each other tomorrow in this tournament. Roby often acts as a translator for Mensah, so you know, maybe you can tell him to go for the wrong finishes and things like that.
Surely they're not going to make Roby John translate the interview afterwards if Mensah beats him. That would be incredibly harsh. I'd like Roby, no, just stand there and translate how Mensah loved winning against you.
He's a nice young man, he would probably do it.
He probably would, actually. He's a fine young gentleman. That is a fine shot from Darryl Gurney to leave himself on a nice little 2-dart finish, with Jihan way back on 300.
Yep, Gurney looks likely to level 60, this one up.
54.
54 required. Double top. Double 10.
44.
There's Jihan on 240. Gurney leaving double 5. That's not the best double on the board.
100. You require 10.
Yeah, another treble really would have applied some pressure to leave him on a 2-darter. Well, he split it, so 2 for double 4 and down for double 2. And he gets it, and it is one apiece.
The legend to throw first.
So on throw so far here.
60.
But only 60 off from the German.
It was by far Darryl Gurney's
60.
best year of his career last year. We saw him obviously make the semi-final of the Players' Championships with those wins against Kim Huybrechts and Gary Anderson. But he also made a couple of semi-finals and a couple of quarter-finals on the tour last year.
Yeah, he's moving in the right direction.
96.
How good could he be, in your professional opinion, Chris?
For what it's worth, I'm not sure how much that is. He's 29 years old, he's improving 59. A lot. He could, look, he's ranked 42nd at the moment. Once you get into that top 32, then 60. It opens up a lot of possibilities, and he has at times produced incredible darts. Had some big performances, he's beaten most of the top players, but you just never know because the standard is so high.
140.
He's never doubted his own ability. He's always been a very confident man. Even after defeats, to be honest, at times it comes across as a bit of arrogance. He says, "I know I'm a better player, and I should be winning games like that." But sometimes that kind of unshakable belief in your own abilities can actually be a good thing. He might rub some people 60. Up the wrong way.
Yeah, he's also one of these players who often comes off stage after a victory and says he was rubbish.
I think he even said that despite beating Gary Anderson, didn't he? He said, look, he didn't play very well, I didn't play very well.
Yeah, I think these players, set a high standard for themselves. A high standard of finish there from Artut. Full double 16 for 82. And Artut edges back in front.
$100.
Well, it will be interesting seeing where Darryl Gurney's career goes over the next year or two, now that he has edged his way up the rankings. If he can push on further, get into the top 32, regularly be appearing in TV tournaments. Just getting into the first round of TV tournaments puts money on your ranking and guarantees you, or gives you a much better chance of appearing in future ones. So, be interesting to see how he develops. But I know there's a number of people who've been impressed with the progress he's made and are keeping a keen eye to see how much further he could go.
100.
3 level tons to start off this leg for Gurney. Artut trying to apply some pressure to get the breaker throw. That's a great start to this one. Follows it up, and again, not quite, and the extra 40 points could prove crucial by the end of this leg. That is a wild one from Gurney.
81.
That gets him down to Shanghai. World a difference between that and 160. But 1-2-1 for Jihan. Starts on the ball. Gets the treble 13. Not very far away.
So Gurney now with a chance for 120. Could just slide it in underneath that, but that's gone in the 5. And our Artut will return with 3 clear darts at double 8. Finds it on the second attempt, and that's a break of throw for the German.
To throw first. Game on.
Well, I didn't see the odds before this one, but Darryl Gurney I would have thought would have been the heavy favourite following his recent form. But as we said at the start, Jihan Artut is a very capable player, and he is showing it right now as he fires in a maximum to kick off this 5th leg.
Can Gurney reply in kind? Can Gurney reply in kind? He can.
Now then, we might have a proper game of darts on here. Jihan, in there again. And again. Oh! You are right to boo, Venray.
Come on, Darryl, don't let us down. Another one, son.
A mirror image.
Anything you can do, I can do, says Darryl Gurney, but more importantly, a strong leg for Artut on throw.
65.
Gurney needs a bigger visit than his opponent here. just to put pressure on this 116.
130. January
Now,
116.
Gurney will have 2 darts for a double if he returns to the board, but he might not because Artut wants the single. Well, he's hit the double. My word, Gian Artut. Oh, he's bossed 116.
January 151.
Oh, my word. Now then, Daryl Gurney, 19 for double 16. Just outside the wire. And
35.
that is inside. But
January
Jihan,
116.
having bust 116, has got to do it all again.
The way this leg's gone, I was going to say you'd fancy him to take it out because we had back-to-back 180s, exchange of 140s, yeah, and then bust
42.
116.
January 116.
And Gurney with a chance to break back now, and does.
Shot in a 5th leg.
Well. What a baffling leg of darts.
6th leg.
You start off with 5 perfect darts, you end up busting 116 and get broken. Love this game. Makes no sense. But Daryl Gurney throwing a level of match now at 3 apiece. And they're the kind of weird legs that can just knock you out your rhythm. Jihan was playing some solid stuff up until then. Done well to get the break. Obviously started that leg off well and was looking good. I mean, he could have been 4-1 up had he taken out that 116. And he did get a dart at, albeit at double 1. But this game takes a very different complexion.
134.
Gurney getting the break. And 134 there puts him in charge. Jihan has to respond. Is doing so.
121.
Gurney looking now to really take control of this leg, and that's not a bad start. Not a bad second dart. And a wonderful third.
180.
Well, just a minute or so ago, Gurney was standing back, looking like he may go 4-1 down.
60.
All of a sudden, he's in the zone, he's hitting 180s. And looking odds on to make this match 3 apiece.
And they made a mess of that visit, it has to be said, but he will return. Artut. Even a ton applies some pressure. Want to stay straight here. And it's straight, but it's high. 60 is not enough.
60.
And that's all he's got. So Daryl Gurney. 18 for double 16. There's the 18. On the wire. That is right where it needs to be, though. 3 apiece. And after staring down the barrel of a 4-1 deficit, Daryl Gurney has dragged things back to parity. 3-3.
140.
Wild first start there from Gurney.
Genuinely nearer the double 5 than the treble 20. And you see, not much in the averages.
96.
Bang on 90, Daryl Gurney. Artut not far behind. Nothing
140.
in the scoreline.
And Jihan does have that crucial advantage of throwing first.
85.
He has hit half his doubles, Gian Artut, but the one he missed, the double 1, is probably the game changer so far in this match.
60.
Well, it shouldn't have been at double 1, should it? Accidentally hitting the 57 for a second time.
100. .46. You require 80.
He looks favourite to take this leg. Just wants double 10. No problem.
In the 7th leg, Gurney.
Back in the lead.
The Daryl to throw first. Game on.
Work to do for Daryl Gurney.
100.
When Gurney comes back to the board, I just want to have a look at his action a little bit. Let's see if Artut can fire another max. He can't. Yeah, Dan, just talking through Gurney's actions, it seems to have very, very little, how would you say, backswing?
Yeah, it stops he sort of sets it without, no backswing if you like. That is a wonderful, wonderful visit.
Whatever he's doing, it seems to be working.
And there's a real, he has to apply a lot of force to propel that dart
61.
forward. Now the question is that repeatable over and over and over again in longer games? It seems like there's a lot of effort. It's not a natural, it's not a smooth, languid throw like, everybody always mentions Adrian Lewis.
140. You require
Yeah, it's kind of... It's got to be right. It's got to do it in the right place. But this leg he has. 11 darter. 80 finish from Artut to move ahead. 81 from Gurney to level. And now, 180. 5 in the match. 3 for Darrell, 2 for GM.
125.
Now then, Jihan Artut. He went 5 perfect darts at the start of leg 5 earlier on. It's only the 4 perfect darts, but he won't mind as long as he can
100.
just keep his nose ahead in this leg and get to a double, take it out and go within 1 leg of the second round.
60.
Surely get one under there. No. All resting
60.
on the top wire of the treble. And leaves a big 161.
Needs a 180 to get to a finish. Not going to get it, so Jihan Artut's going to get 6 darts from 161.
And you require 161.
So it doesn't need to go treble 20, treble 17 ball. So just concentrate on getting it down to something manageable.
Well, missing the first dart sort of takes the decision away whether you're going to go for it or not. Leaves 61. What kind of pressure will it be put under? Not
60.
much.
You require 61.
You would think not enough. Great first dart. Double 8. Gets it. 14 darter. And Jihan Artut, he is holding his nerve right now. He has the advantage of throwing first. He did lead 3-1. Gurney came back at him to level, but he has put in a couple of very solid legs to hold his throw since then, and he is only 1 leg away from round 2, and that's a great start to this leg.
100.
Yep, Gurney looking to fill it up again. And does.
180.
And it's looking like, for the second time this evening, we're going to go all the way, Dan.
Well, it is looking likely. Oh, God, look at this.
138.
Well, Kevin Painter came through 6-5 against Jamie Caven. We saw 6-5 win for James Richardson and for John Henderson earlier on in this afternoon session.
96. Darrell, you require 52.
It looks like one of these guys is going to have to win at 6-5. Not real pressure on this because Jihan Artut is back on 165, but it's an 11 darter, so Darrell Gurney has held his throw with 11 darters the last 2 times he's thrown first. It's down to Jihan now. If he can pull out an 11 darter here, you would think the game's his. Darrell Gurney's going to need a perfect leg to stop that.
96.
2 trebles this visit looking for, and what a start that is. He's got the 2 already. Can he make it 3? Of course he can.
5 maximums for the Northern Irishman. And in the back end of this game, he has produced some excellent darts. 2 11 darters in the last 3 legs. He's kicked off 180 in the decider. He's already stolen the darts from Jihan Artut. He's back in the treble again.
100.
Just the ton. He's a little bit disappointed with that, but he's forcing Jihan to produce something big to get back on, back in this one. And he's not producing it now.
58.
A visit without a treble puts him in all kinds of trouble. Daryl Gurney, the game is yours. Can you take it? Certainly looks like he can. Wonderful darts from Daryl Gurney.
6 maximums now for the dude.
140.
Super chin, whatever you want to call him.
41.
Looking for another 11 dart leg. 12 will do.
25.
So Artut is going to come back
GN, you require 160.
for 160 to steal this match.
This would be iron ring stuff. You'd struggle to see a better shot all weekend, and it might happen. Oh my word. Not far away, but far enough to guarantee Daryl Gurney 3 more match darts.
140. Daryl, you require
So
16.
double 8 for Daryl Gurney to win it 6-5, to break the throw in the decider and book his place in round 2 to face Brendan Dolan in an all-Northern Ireland clash. He pins it for a 13-darter. Superb game of darts between these two, but Daryl Gurney upped his level in the closing stages. A couple of 11 darters and a 13-darter to win it. The dude, Super Chin, call him what you want, call him a winner, because that's what he is. We have got another game coming up for you, the Dutch Darts Masters.